Welcome to another Ask Arlington. I'm Jay Warren. From the Know Your H20 website to spring and summer water usage, Water Utilities Director Craig Cummings is here to answer your questions. This is a big, hot topic, Craig. We get a lot of questions, certainly as we go into the summer months.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate you being here and all you're doing for our customers here in Arlington with their water. Before we get to our resident questions, and we got some good ones, we thought we might start off with you guys' new website. This H20 website, kind of describe to us how it works.
Well, it's called Know Your H20, and that new website allows customers to actually track their own usage, so that at any time they can, and this feature will be available within a couple of weeks, where you'll be able to put in either an amount for a dollar amount or a usage amount, and if you don't want to exceed that and you start going through the month and it looks like you are going to exceed it, we will send you an email alert letting you know that your usage is going too high. So it's like a leak alert in real time. And there's other features on that website as well. For instance, it will give you your usage in addition to perhaps the temperature and the precipitation that we've had, so you can get an idea why things are perhaps going up or down in your water usage.
Yeah. So one of the interesting things about this to me is that in the past, you had to wait a month to see how much water you used. Well, now it's real-time data.
Absolutely.
At the fingertips of our residents.
It's amazing, quite frankly. And if you look at the way we did it before, as you described, we would, with an old analog meter, go out and read the meter, prepare the bill, and then send it to the customer. And if there was a leak anytime during that month, it could be 30 or 40 days before that customer knew it. Now, perhaps when we were preparing the bill, we could say, this bill seems high. But again, you always had that 30-day lag. And now you put that alert in, it'll tell you immediately if you're starting to see high usage.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, I know a lot of my neighbors are already starting to spruce up their yards as we start. The spring is here now, and summer will be here shortly. So how do we work to keep our grass and our lawns green and our shrubs and everything that we want to keep our neighborhoods beautiful, but at the same time keep our bills down?
Well, a couple different things. You can go to Tarrant Regional Water District. They have a website called Water is Awesome, and they actually take weather data throughout North Texas, and it actually will tell you when it's a good time to irrigate and when it's not. Now, I'm not talking time of day. I'm talking about whether or not it's been dry enough to irrigate, because what we found with last year's hot weather is a lot of people are over irrigating. So follow that website, and then we do a sprinkler check as well. We provide that through TRWD, and you can have a professional sprinkler company come out, do an evaluation. They're not going to sell you a thing. They'll tell you how your system is working. Now, that's a first come, first serve sign up, so try to get in there quickly and sign up for that.
It's a popular feature, I know.
It most certainly is. It's gotten more popular over time. In fact, we've looked to expand that program because most of the systems we looked at had problems. So it's a very good feature, and you can really keep the dollars down and save water.
When you think about the intricacies of a irrigation system, you can imagine that there will be problems that do creep in over time. So it's good to have those checked for sure.
Absolutely.
You mentioned watering. Are there any rules related to when you can water? I know during droughts we have that. We're not in a drought right now, but any rules in place?
Yes, year-round we have a feature where, or I should say we have a restriction where between 10 in the morning and 6 p.m. at night, you shouldn't water. And what's the logic there? Well, it's the warmest part of the day. Typically in North Texas here, it's when the sun is out, so you're putting water on the ground at that, if you are putting water on the ground at that time, it's going to evaporate. It's better to irrigate overnight. So that restriction, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Don't water then. And
what you're doing is really saving people money, because if you're watering during the middle of the day, you're wasting the water and your dollars, right?
Absolutely. And the other thing, for folks, even if they're irrigating at night, if they go out and they see their entire driveway or the street is wet, concrete doesn't, need watering. So make sure those sprinkler heads are adjusted and going on the lawn, not concrete.
Yeah, good advice. All right, well, we've got a question now from the Water Department's Facebook page. Kenneth writes in, are we not supposed to have access to the new smart meters? You need to be able to watch the star wheel when you're suspecting a leak. So we've got two different kinds of meters, I guess is the first question here. And then how do you monitor for a potential leak if you want to go out and look at your meter?
Sure. Actually, we have one meter. One is automatically reading.
Right.
The other one's what we kind of call an analog, where you have the meter reader going down the street. So same meter, just different features. But if you have a newer meter, first off on your bill, it'll say remote. Where there's the reading there. That lets them know it's one of the AMI meters. But if somebody does want to look at one of the new ones, they can take the box lid off and they can look in there. And if there is a plus sign now, that would indicate that there is flow. And if you think everything in your house is off and you see that plus sign, you probably have a leak.
Okay. And if you have the old system, you'd open up the box and you'd see the wheel turning. Same
That's right.
principle,
You'd see a little star. Well, it's actually a triangle that would spin. But what's nice about the new system is you could look, if you will log on, again, to our new website, you could see, for instance, if you knew you weren't irrigating, look at the time of day usage. And if it's showing use at 3 o'clock in the morning when you're asleep, that's an indication you have a leak as well.
So you don't have to look at the meter at all. Know Your H20.
That's the best way to go.
Yeah, awesome. That's very cool. Before we end, I know you guys have a big event coming up. Can you tell us some information about that?
Yes, we have the Mayor's Challenge for water conservation. So folks can get online for that, and they can show how they're saving water here in North Texas. And we're competing with a lot of other cities, so I would suggest people get on. I'm a competitive person. I like to see that. Plus, we have seen our conservation really work here in North Texas. Our average daily water use goes down year over year, even though the city is growing. And that's because people are watching, their watering.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, we thank you so much for all you guys are doing. And for the new website, the Know Your H20, it's a great tool for our residents and an innovative use of technology for people to be able to hopefully lower their bills.
And we like feedback from our customers. We're always looking to improve it.
That's right. Well, Craig, thanks so much, and thanks to all your crew for all you're doing out there. And thank you at home for sending in those questions. That will wrap it up for this edition of Ask Arlington. Tune in next time on My Arlington TV.